Hello and welcome to episode 194 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is make your decision.
Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trin.
Now, we are, I believe, coming to the end of July and I'm here in my Melbourne office for the last day before we head out. Me and my team are heading out into Los Angeles to spend some time with 15 amazing health and fitness coaches who have gone through our 100-day implementation program. And one of the things that I want to speak to you about today is more specifically making decisions, because as you and I both know, decisions are what shape our destiny, right? I stole that completely from Tony Robbins, but it is absolutely true. The decision that you make, whether or not you make a decision to quit the gym, that's going to shape your destiny. The decision that you make to marry your spouse, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, that's going to shape your destiny. The decision you have for when you have a baby, the decision you have for when you launch an online business, that's going to shape your destiny. And so my question to you today is not simply, are you making those big decisions, but are you making those small decisions as well? Because what I learned along the way is I thought those things that shape your destiny, and I completely agree 110%, but what I realized, it isn't those big decisions that are going to shape your destiny, it's those small decisions that you are going to make, because those small decisions are going to shift and build up that decision-making muscle. I'm saying decision so much that it's just starting to become a bit of a blur. But I gave my sister a bit of a task last week. I mean, my sister is an amazing person. I looked up to her from when I was young. She's one of the most brightest, vibrant people I know. She owns a dental practice in Port Melbourne, and that's how I started the whole dental marketing shebang a year and a half ago. But she came to me the other day and she said, Lynn, look, what do I need to do to get better? What do I need to do in order for me to step up and start coaching and start becoming a leader? Because she wants to lead women in the dentistry field who are depressed, who have anxiety, who are overwhelmed, who feel lost, who feel like they've gone through 10 years of hard work. They were promised the promised land, the green pastures on the other side of town when they would go to uni, get amazing grades, finish university, go marry a husband who had to be a doctor or higher because, you know, their parents wouldn't let them marry anyone else below that. But I was talking to her and I asked her a question. I said, what do you want to do? And she said she wants to help these women in need. She has a purpose. I said, look, you need to make that decision. You need to make a decision to firstly say that it's done, and you need to ask yourself, like, who is this person that you need to become? Okay, who is this person that you need to become? And it's so important because at most people's levels, what you need to realize is that you think that you can have your life. You think that you can have the life that you want by staying the exact same. Most people want life to come to them. Most people want to sit on their asses and want to lose weight. Most people want to sit on their asses and want the money. Most people sit on their asses and want the impact. They want to be able to do the stuff that I'm doing. They're not willing to transform and make the decisions to do it. Now, it's not these big decisions. Once you've made that big decision, that's okay. But most of the time, if you have not trained your decision-making muscle, this decision will be weak. It won't be a decision. It's just going to be a thought. Oh, I would like to do that. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Now, a decision is completely cutting yourself off and going, I'm going to burn those boats. This is happening. That's a decision. Most people make a thought because they haven't trained this decision-making muscle. Now, I want you to think about this. How many times have you thought about doing something, but you haven't done it? How many times have you said that you're going to do something, but you haven't done it? How many times did you say you were going to leave the gym and you haven't done it? And that's okay if you want to stay where you are. And your excuses are okay. They're all valid. I completely agree. You have no money. You have no time, right? You've got a partner. She's pregnant. You're here on your own. I completely agree. But here's the reality. If you do not do this, what's going to happen? If you do not take the leap of faith, where will you be in a year? Where will you be in 2 years? And so why I say this is because I want you to think about it, and I want you to think about this deeply. The reasons why you haven't been able to pull the trigger on the big decision is because you have lacked the decision-making muscles, because you do not make the small decisions every single day. And it's not the big decisions that shape your destiny, it's actually the small ones. It's the ones to get up earlier. I bet you're lacking that right now. And I did as well. Don't worry. I used to get up at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. I used to get to bed at 12, right? The decisions to eat better, the decision to consistently put out content, the decision to go on a live video and put out content of yourself in spite of what other people think about you. These are the small decisions that allow you to get better at making those big decisions, because when you are trying to make that big decision, guess what? You're not trained for it. The reasons why you're not trained is because you haven't made those small decisions. You haven't trained yourself to make those small decisions. What I implore you to look at today, getting better at making those small decisions that will allow you to make those big decisions. Now, that is not a cop-out, and that is not telling you, hey, put off that big decision. Yes, make it. Make it very soon. But here's the reality. The reasons why you have not made it is because you suck at making those small decisions. You suck at it. And funnily enough, I was talking to Kerry because I architect and I reverse engineer. Like, who is this Lynn dude that, you need to become in 5 years, 3 years? What's the impact that you want? Who do I need to become? And I started to think about it, and I was like, I need to get better with my health. I go to the gym every day and I strength train, and that's amazing in itself. I think so. But here's the reality. Strength training isn't going to help me become the person that I need to be with cardiovascular endurance, with energy, right? With massive amounts of energy where I can go on stage 5 hours and speak and help inspire people. And so I made a decision about a week and a half ago to just go and do cardio every morning on top of the regime that I'm doing now. So I said, look, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to drive into the gym, right? And I drive because it's about, 6 kilometers away from where I live. And to go into the gym, and I hate cardio. I cannot stand cardio. It's probably the worst thing in the world. It's so boring and it's so long. And most of the time when I'm doing it, I'm just telling myself to get off. And at the end of the day, when I had to rewire what cardio meant to me, I had to attach high values. And I want to speak about this in the next podcast episode or the one that you'll hear prior to this one. And it's about stacking. It's about stacking up your values so that you begin to see the thing that you didn't want to do in order for you to go out and do it. See, here's the reality. If you make a decision and you're like, Lynn, I'm going to go run in the morning. I'm going to take ice baths. That's not just going to happen if you believe that you should just take ice baths. You need to be able to stack decisions on top of and stack values on top of each other so that you go out there and take massive action. I'll talk about this tomorrow. And this is one of the more interesting concepts and ideas that I've been toying with. And it's about stacking your values so that you align greater purposes with the action or the decision that you want to make. All right. But with that being said, enough of saying decisions. I want you to go off and I want you to do something, right? Because if you don't do, there's no point in listening. You're just consuming content and it feels amazing. I'm sure it does because I was in your position 2 years ago. I would sit there. I would go, oh my God, I know everything. Decisions. I'm going to make a decision. I feel pumped up now, but you need to go and do something that's going to shift your life. So what's that one decision that you are putting off today? What is it? Whether it's a big one or it's a small one. Are you waking up on time? Are you eating better? Are you a role model? Are you being a leader? Are you being an example so that you can change the people around you? Or are you actually saying, oh, well, everyone sucks around me and it's okay to suck? I want you to think about one decision. I want you to employ and implement that decision and make it happen.
All right. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes and feel free to leave a review. And that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.